Okay, I'm having some technical problems, but let's see if we can ignore those and move on. We've got an equation for the axis of symmetry of x equals negative b over 2a. Okay, now it's negative b because, I'm sorry, it's x equals because the axis of symmetry is going to be a perfectly vertical line, and we describe vertical lines as x equals, and then whatever we get as the value when we calculate this out, it's going to be a number. So x equals some number, and that's going to be where it perfectly goes a vertical line cutting through the x-axis at some number. Okay, so we're going to use that to figure out the answers of this. And one thing that I want to do at the start, I want to just show you is that you can rewrite these equations. I'm going to write it as y equals. I'm going to write the same thing, 2x squared, and I'm just going to put plus 0x. There is no x term, so the number in front of x is 0. Okay, why does that matter? Well, then what we're going to do now is we're going to identify a, which is 2. We're going to identify b, which is 0. And just for fun, because we're listing them out, we're going to identify c, the constant term, as 3. Okay? Those are the values. So that when we say, okay, we want to now calculate negative b over 2a, we'll say x equals negative, what is b? B is 0. Right? We just figured that out. It's 0. And say over 2 times a. A is 2. So we get negative 0, or 0 divided by 4, and 0 divided by 4, 0 divided by whatever is going to be 0. So we have as an equation x equals 0. That is the equation for the axis of symmetry, x equals 0. Now, how do we find the coordinates of the vertex? Well, we're always going to have the same x coordinate as we've got for the axis of symmetry. So we're going to have a 0 x coordinate. And then what do we need to do? We need to simply plug it in to the equation and find out what it spits out. Because remember, that's what the equation does. It tells us what the y coordinate is if we can tell us the x coordinate, or vice versa. So we said we can say y is equal to 2 parentheses 0 squared plus 3. And if you were in class and you were paying attention, you might remember me saying that the number that's left when you put in 0 for x, everything that's being multiplied by x will turn to 0. And so the one thing that we've got left here is the constant term of 3. So we've got a y coordinate matching this of 3. And so that is the equation of, I'm sorry, that's the coordinates of the vertex. Okay, so that's our whole answer there. Let's move a little quicker through that. We can say, though, that a, b, and c are such, see, a equals 2 in this case. B equals 4. We don't need c, but it's going to be equal to negative 1, just so we know how to identify it. Right? So if we had to do negative b over 2a, we would then say the axis of symmetry equation would be negative whatever the b value is. The b value is 4 over 2 times whatever the a value is, and the a value is 2. So we've got negative 4 over 4, or x equals negative 1. That is the equation for the axis of symmetry. Now we want to find out what we get out for a y value when we plug that in. So we're going to say equals. And one way to write it would be to say f of negative 1, since that's the x value that's going in. That's how functions work, where you say I'm plugging in 1, so f of negative 1 would be 2 parentheses negative 1 squared plus 4 times negative 1 minus 1. Okay, and 2 times what is negative 1 squared is 1, and 1 times 2 is 2, and 4 times negative 1 is negative 4, and then minus 1. So 2 minus 4 is negative 2, minus 1 is negative 3, and so we've got for the y value for f of negative 1, that's what we plugged in. What do we get out? We got negative 3. So we've got a set of coordinates called negative 1, comma, negative 3, and that is the coordinates of the vertex. Okay, so once you find out what the x equals for the axis of symmetry, you want to plug that x value in to see what spits out, and those will be your coordinates for your vertex. Okay, let's keep going. Let's first identify a equals 3, b equals negative 9, c equals 2. Okay, so if we wanted to find out the axis of symmetry, we would say x equals negative b, or negative of negative 9, over 2a, or 2 times 3. And that would work out to be x equals 9 over 6, positive 9 over positive 6, or simplified 3 over 2. X equals 3 over 2 is the axis of symmetry. That's the number we're going to plug in. And if we plug that in, we can say, let's see, I have to write small over here, but 3 times 3/2. Actually, I'm going to write it bigger, and then I'll just calculate it somewhere else and give you the final answer. Is that okay? Just to show you that I'm plugging it in. 3 parentheses 3/2 squared minus 9 parentheses 3/2 plus 2. Okay? And I will continue this below, and then I'll keep going on the right-hand side. So 3 times, what is 3/2 squared? It is 9/4. Minus, what is 9 times 3/2? It is minus 27/2 plus 2. So if I go over here on the right-hand side, I'm going to say 3 times 9/4 is 27/4 minus 27/2 plus 2. And I'm going to turn them all into equivalent, have the same denominator, 27/4 minus, I have to double top and bottom to get this, minus 54/4 plus 8/4. When I calculate that out, I get 27 minus 54 plus 8 equals negative 19/4. So I get then as a set of coordinates, and let me write it right here to keep our answers together. I get as a set of coordinates, x was equal to 3/2. So 3/2, comma, and it results for us negative 19/4. Okay, and that is the coordinates of the vertex. Not a nice, neat one, but it doesn't always work out nice and neat. So I guess let go of that expectation a little bit, that it's going to be always nice and neat. Let me just check that answer, number 11. Let's see, we've got 1.5 or 3/2, comma, negative 4.75, which is actually what you get when you divide these out. So I had mine as a fraction. They have theirs as a decimal, but they are equivalent amounts, and I'm going to leave mine as a fraction. Okay. So if you don't know how to convert between fractions and decimals, well, what you're really doing is you're doing this. You're saying, I'm here at number 11. You're doing, what is 3 divided by 2? Okay, 3 divided by 2, if you did the division, is 1.5. And what is negative 19 divided by 4? It is negative 4.75. And that's where you get the answers. They actually did that division. So just wanted to show you that. I'm going to leave mine as fractional amounts, but you need to be able to convert between fractions and decimals kind of seamlessly. And since I know a lot of kids are not strong at fractions, get used to it. Okay, practice them. Now, moving on, I'm going to identify what is A. A is, in this case, negative 5. What is B? B is 3. And what is C? Just for fun, C is 2. So if we want to calculate x equals negative b over 2a, we would say negative what over 2 what. And b is 3, a is negative 5. So what we've got then is x equals, I'll move it over a little bit, x equals negative 3 over negative 10, or simply 3 over 10, for number 13. Otherwise known as, because you can see it in the answers, as 0.3. So that's what x is. That's the equation for the axis of symmetry. So actually, let me just erase the 3/10 and put 0.3, keep it as an answer that they have. That's an equation. This is an equation of a perfectly vertical line at x is equal to 0.3, part of the way between 0 and 1. Okay? And if I then erase this and plug in what we got there to find out what does it spit out for the y-coordinate, the matching y-coordinate, we've got negative 5 parentheses 0.3 squared plus 3 times 0.3 plus 2, excuse me, negative 5 times 0.3 times 0.3 is 0.09. 0.09 plus 3 times 0.3 is 0.9 plus 2. And I'm going to do this over here on the right. Negative 0.45 plus 0.9 plus 2. And I know that negative 0.45 plus 0.9 is positive 0.45. Plus 2 is 2.45. And since we got 0.3 for x, we've got a set of coordinates of 0.3, comma, 2.45. That's for number 13. Okay? And one more. Excuse me, I have a tickle in my throat. Let's do it again. The a value is 6. The b value is 6. And the c value is negative 5. Not that we need it. Okay, so if we had negative b over 2a, we would say x equals negative of 6 over 2 times 2a, 6. Or essentially what that says is x is equal to negative 6 over 12 or negative 1 over 2, negative 1/2. That's the equation for the axis of symmetry. And we need to now plug it in to see what it spits out for our y-coordinate. Okay. I'm a little short on space here, but we've got 6 parentheses negative 1/2 squared plus 6 times negative 1/2 minus 5. So that's the same as 6 times 1/4 plus 6 times negative 1/2 minus 5. 6/4 reduces down to 3/2, so we've got, working over here on the side on the right, 3/2, and 6 times negative 1/2 is minus 3, then minus 5. So we've got 1/2 minus 8, or negative 6/2. So we've got as a set of coordinates negative 1/2, comma, negative 6/2. And box that. I think that the book is giving you decimal answers, but that's an equivalent amount. So this was kind of long, but essentially what's going on here with all of this is that you do negative b over 2a to find the axis of symmetry, x equals negative b over 2a. And then to find the coordinates of the vertex, you use that x value as the x value and plug it in to find out what the matching y value is. And that x and y value will be the coordinates of the vertex. Good times.